Welcome to another episode. This time it's Pip.
Hi guys.
Um, so originally this was gonna be uh Discord putt putt party,
hmm
but we were hanging out and we want to play Mario Kart, so we're playing Mario Kart.
Heck yeah, man.
We asked questions. I asked some questions. Um, so I'll start with the first one. We've known each other probably for about what 4 years now, probably give or take, something like that.
Yep, 4 years.
We met through. Do you want to take? I forgot how to play this game. Do you want to recall the story of how we met?
Well, actually, it was through one of Jum's streams. You guys were playing Stardew Valley together, and I thought you were pretty cool. And during that time, I was in college, and I thought, you know what, any friend of Jem's could be really cool, and I wanted to, check you out, support you, right? And ever since then, I've been watching your streams during my free time, and I just kind of hit it off from there. Eventually, though, I never thought I would say this, but I ended up moving here to Canada, and we just kind of bonded since then.
Yeah, you've become honestly, probably one of my closest friends, and probably the shortest amount of time that I've ever had one of the shortest friends.
Yeah, well, I am pretty short. That's fine.
I mean, that's not entirely what I meant. But yeah, it was that's not where you met Gem though, right? You didn't meet Gem through that same Stardew Valley stream, did you?
No, I did not actually. I met them through when they joined one of my Discord servers doing RP. They came on it. I was one of the main creators of it, and ever since then they just kind of interacted via characters, and then we started hanging out of game, mostly through their streams, which I remember you set up. So thank you for that. You have now successfully became one of the sole reasons to a 2-year happy marriage.
What a different world it would have been if I didn't set up their stream, and you didn't meet through Discord. We wouldn't have met. We'd we just wouldn't be friends if you didn't meet Gem through that RP server.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Actually, I didn't even think of that. That's insane. You mentioned living in the U.S. Do you believe that now that you live in Canada, this is where you're kind of feel you're meant to be?
Oh yeah. I miss my family back home, and don't get me wrong, there's a couple of people there that I wish I could bring up. However, being here is definitely the right place for me personally. I mean, the atmosphere, I wouldn't really say anything about government or politics, but I don't get into that.
This is not one of those channels that deals with politics, and we're not really people to deal with it.
It's not the vibe, really.
We're here for a good time, not a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I'm assuming you prefer Canada over the U.S.
Absolutely.
Is there any specific reason, or?
Well, first of all, you guys have better LGBT rights, which, heck yeah. Second, the atmosphere. The stereotype of y'all being nicer in the States is very true. And, I don't know, just where I'm at right now feels like home to me.
That's good. I'm glad we made you feel like at home. It's the Canadian way. Canadian way to make people feel at home.
Yeah.
There we go. So, actually, since you've been in Canada, you've worked a few shows as sound tech, and I don't know if you've acted, but you did them with Desi. I know you did Mary Munch with Desi.
Yes, I did.
What was the highlight of doing that? Any stories that you would like to share about Desi, or just in the about the performances overall?
Okay, so when he mentioned shows, he means like theater. Um, I I loved it because it was actually my first time being able to do community theater that's outside of like high school standards, and I did do a lot of tech, and I had two minor roles. But overall, I think my favorite story was when we were trying to do movement for pigs, and it wasn't something that Des did. It was actually something one of the other actors did. It was trying to be a principal, reading a newspaper, and the face every time I tried so hard not to laugh. And one of the things I think I love about it is the fact that you can't break character.
Yeah.
Oh, but I honestly am really happy I got to work with Des on that, especially since when I moved here, I didn't really know anybody besides Jem and you guys. So going to the local theater, knowing that she was there after I got told the day of my interview, yeah, we start rehearsals tonight. Bring your notebook. Sit down. Okay.
Sit down, strap in. We're doing rehearsals tomorrow. Okay.
No, it's tonight.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, I know.
Um, that show you were talking about, Pigs. I know. Shortly after we saw that performance, we went out and bought Ellie that book because Ellie liked that performance so much.
I love that kid, man.
Fantastic.
I based the main character off of Ellie, actually. She was my inspiration for.
So there is another theater in town. Would you ever consider working with them, like the new one that Desi works with, like Little Theater?
The Little Theater? Yes.
Yeah.
I've actually wanted to audition for them, but every time they had a show, I was either leaving or I just could not figure out when their auditions were. So thankfully, with help from Des, I'll be able to do the next one and get into a male role. Since, surprise, surprise, not due to my voice, I am actually non-binary. Hello.
Oh God. I'm so sorry, Pip.
It's fine.
I guess that's very different. Like those kind of rights here compared to the States. Like with you being non-binary, correct? Like
Yeah.
you're better appreciated here than you are there. I'm
Oh.
assuming.
Yes, actually.
Perfect. Well, once again, the Canadian way. Do you have any other stories that you would like to share about the performance of Mary Munch, or you worked on Shakespeare in the Park as well, correct?
I did. Oh my god.
That
Des wasn't there for that
That
one.
wasn't with Desi.
No, it was not. However, I will say
What am I
that was a time and a half. So I'm not going to talk ill about it, but I will say one of my favorite parts was working outside. Because it's one thing to work on a small stage in a theater, whereas you get to rehearse and you get more movement. Being surrounded by your audience as they watch you perform in person. I had a lot more roles in that one because they needed filler people. But I got to work as lights. I was the stage manager for a couple of the shows, and then I had a role that I really enjoyed as a hunter, where I got to stand on the stage and then like do my thing. But Shakespeare is so hard to talk with because you were speaking the old English language, and he refused because you gotta say it like a certain way. You have to repeat it.
I give you and Des so much credit for doing Shakespeare in the Park just because Shakespeare's wording and the way he words things is very, very hard to read.
It is. However, there are some very common phrases that we still use to this day that was written by Shakespeare. For example, in a pickle, that was all
That's
the work
Shakespeare?
That's Shakespeare.
Oh, I did not know that.
Uh-huh. There's a lot of things that Shakespeare wrote to this day that's like you wouldn't believe it until now, but
Yeah, I didn't know anything about that. In a pickle being a Shakespeare line. That's actually kind of cool.
yeah. But I think my favorite performance so far while being here is we did a fundraiser dinner, and it's for Shakespeare at the park, and we had to put on like a Shakespearean act while these guys paid like $70 for like wine and like a good dinner while we rehearsed, and I got to perform the most famous Sonnet 18, which is the Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day, and being able to put my heart out for somebody, you know?
Yeah. That was, did you act in that one? It was like a fundraiser for the Lyric Theater. I know Desi did it. She was playing the bear.
Yeah!
She was playing a man-eating bear or something like that. What was it?
She was a fire-breathing teddy bear.
We still have that teddy bear. She named it Asterion. It's in her room. When she's upset with me, it takes over my side of the bed.
Fair enough. Yeah, actually I did. I played, both as the untrusting, like, stranger and, the mother of Jack and Jill. Well, it's because the story was supposed to be Jack and the Beanstalk, but I had to play the hungry parent because the whole point was the story got switched up because the storyteller thought that the original retelling was boring. So it was quite a time. I had a kazoo and like a little rubber chicken, and it was fantastic. I would love to do that again sometime.
That one was non-profit because that was just a fundraiser.
It totally was. We only had like 2 weeks to like rehearse and perform it. It was fantastic for what it was.
It sounded so much fun. I wish I would have seen that one, but I was at work that day. So shit. So you and I have this bit going on stream. I will say this. This has been my favorite bit ever since it's happened, since I've gotten sponsored by W. Where you perfectly set up or just lean into this. Has there been a favorite moment that one of your favorite setups for this stupid bit that me and you do at all points?
You mean how you're sponsored by W that in your next door you should use code Bongo Boingo for 10% off?
Yeah, absolutely. Go to w.gg, use code Bongo Boingo for 10% off.
You said you wanted help to remember to like stream it and to get your stuff going, and you tend to forget half the time. So I'm just sitting there like, you know what? I'm gonna hype this man up. I'm gonna do it because support my friends, right? And help him like get that little extra cash flowing. Because honestly, I've tried the product myself, and not half bad.
It's well worth it. Blue raspberry is the best. I love the blue raspberry shit.
I'm a big fan of the dragon fruit.
Dragonade? That's a good one too.
Yeah. I honestly, my favorite story was actually where we were so busy playing GTA with the guys that you didn't even notice me pulling it up until somebody brought it up to you and be like, oh no, they're at it again. And then you're just like, what? Because you had your glasses off at the time, I think.
Oh, because someone used bongo bits on probably, and that happens.
And I think that was my favorite thing, but it became a bit because I just wanted to support them, and now I can't stop.
Yo, it has been hammered into my head. I never forget the link anymore. This bit has saved my life, dude. This that link is never gonna leave my head because the stupid bit me and Pip do. And it's not just on stream. We do it at literally at any point in our life. If there is a setup, we do it.
It's like D&D, for example.
We'll do it at D&D, anywhere it anywhere. If it is if it's a setup for a ad read, it happens. It's the best.
It's fantastic.
But yes, absolutely go to w.gg and you use code Bongo for 10% off your order, because it's not bad stuff. It's actually very, very good. Oh, I ran into a wall because I was looking at the questions.
Oh no, that sucks for you.
Damn it, multitasking. Shucks.
What's that?
So, for the next question, the art that I currently have on my stream was made by you.
Oh yeah,
My favorite one is the BRB, the LE BRB screen, probably my favorite one.
That one was the most fun to draw, not gonna lie.
I don't doubt, because you had a kind of a photo reference for that one as well.
I did.
Fun fact about that Ellie photo is it's taken from an exact picture of Ellie making that exact same face, so I mean...
You asked for it, and I quote, "I would love this, please."
I would like this, and you went, bet?
I will.
What other art have you made for people or in the past, or have you done?
Wow.
Or just like.
Okay.
Chaos.
So, to be honest, art was originally a hobby of mine, and I didn't expect to start making commissions off of it until people were just like, "Hey, can you do this for me?" And then they'll be like, "Great, how much do I owe you?" And just glaring, by the way, since you can't see my face, I'm glaring at this orange man right here.
They're glaring at me because a few days ago on stream.
No, not because of that, but because of, your artwork for your, I did not expect to get paid, because originally I just wanted to do stuff as, like, a gift, because I don't know what else to do, but, like, draw for people, and then, clean the house for them. So, I do a lot of personal artwork for my store, The Cat and the Rabbit. I've done a couple of commissions for other people. I've drawn people's D&D characters. I've made art pieces for people whose pets have passed away, of them crossing the Rainbow Bridge. There was actually a wonderful Yule gift that I made for Gem once, and it was a D20 die format, where each side of the die was a different map that you would see in that kind of fantasy game. I'm currently doing odd job here or there if people ask me about it. Other than that, I haven't really been being commissioned since I'm mainly focused on the store. And one day, once I figure out how to get things going, I'm going to be making a self-care oracle deck that I want to sell, because I'm into that kind of stuff. Shout out to spirituality.
You were planning on making a what is it called? Oh, what's the deck of cards called where it like predicts your future? What is it called?
I was just talking about it, the oracle deck.
Oh, that's what it's called. Okay.
Yeah. I'm still in the process of making it. A lot of it is time and energy into writing the meanings behind the cards in the booklet itself. Formatting that is a lot harder than drawing the actual cards to have a layout for it.
That's fair. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
But that's kind of what I do as far as art wise goes. However, if you want to, I suggest highly taking a look at my shop where you can see just kind of where everything is because I don't really have a DeviantArt. I have a Fur Affinity account if you're ever into that kind of stuff, but if you're not, well, now you know that exists.
If you weren't a fan of that stuff, you at least know it's on the table for existence now.
Mm-hmm.
But I will also highly recommend them. They do fantastic work.
Thank you. Ah.
Uh, I wanted to change my stream setup for so long, and they helped me with that single-handedly, and it's some of the best artwork I've seen of me. So, I mean, I'll take it.
Thanks. I mean, it's nice when I have good reference photos.
Reference photos do make a big difference. You were mentioning Cat and the Rabbit. I asked this in Gem's episode. I don't know if Gem's episode or your episode is getting released first. I don't know the order yet.
Okay.
What is it like to run a business from your perspective?
Oh my god. Okay, well, I personally am in charge of promotions, social media, and that is a lot in itself because remembering to post stuff daily is very hard, especially during the slower seasons. You have to make sure that you can fulfill orders and make sure that they're done on time. Advertising can be a little bit much, but honestly, it's very rewarding because then, well, yes, you get to make your own hours. It's also the chance that you get to take stuff that you personally made, or well, in this case, Gem and I have personally made, and be able to share it with the world. In fact, our store's logo, the paw print, is all done by me. All of the art is done personally by my hand. All the self-care items, figuring out what works, what doesn't, doing inventories, planning out trade shows, talking with people. It's a full-time job. That's why it's a small business.
Shit.
But in the end, I'm really happy that something's out there. That's something that I know that I've made, and at the end of the day, I feel like I'm proud of being a part of something.
That paw print you were talking about, you have that as a tattoo, correct? That same one?
Yeah, it's actually on my right shoulder. It was a design that I have made specifically for Gem, who it represents us and our family, and just everything that we stand for together. The colors have meanings, and I made it one day while I was very bored in my college dorm.
Out of curiosity, how long have you known Gem?
Since the whole COVID debacle.
Oh, since
So
2020.
yeah, since literally March of 2020. So next month, sorry, I would have known them for 4 years.
4 years. 4 years
I
married.
thought it was 2019 that time.
No.
Because that's what I was thinking too, because I lived with Gem and Alex and them in 2020. And that's
Jem bought the house in 2019. You guys were in that house when I met, and we started talking.
Because those Stardew streams happened while I was living with Gem.
Yeah. My first one that I started was when they were playing Minecraft. But it was during March of 2020, because lockdown didn't happen until then. December of 2019 was when COVID actually began.
Became a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I was just curious because I don't think I've ever asked that or to you. If I even knew that question. I don't think
didn't.
I've ever known that question. My phone just locked. Just give me a second. Is there any struggles that you find with the business?
What?
Is there any struggles that you have with with like with the social media, like remembering to post.
Yes. Honestly, remembering to post is my biggest thing. Also, figuring out what type of content to post, how to edit it. Because I can tell you right now, I am not a professional by any and all means. I don't have a budget to work with. Um, because right now, we're kind of just a middle class, just, paycheck to paycheck kind of life,
Yeah,
We all know how that goes.
yeah,
So I tried to do my best. I mean, I did collab once with Dez, being a wonderful model for promoting our cuticle nail pens, our sugar scrubs, and to help with a local nail stylist. Shout out to Dakota, by the way.
Desi's sister, which has also been in one or two videos at this point.
Yeah, uh, she does great work, and so we thought that by using our product that she uses for her business, like she buys from us to use for her clients, I thought it would be great to get together and get that going. But right now, I'm trying so hard to promote a different part of our store, which is getting people to sign up for a tea social class to start integrating from the slowly dying website of Etsy to being a full-time thing in the city, teaching about loose leaf tea and the actual benefits of it, and at the end of our special ones, they get to make their own tea blends to take home.
That's I know that's recently been your MO is working on this like tea class kind of thing. Is that is that a correct terminology? Tea class, is that basically what it is?
Essentially, I mean, the fancy term for it is a tea social, because it's kind of like a, oh my gosh, what's the best way to do it? It's kind of a wine tasting, but instead of wine, it's tea, but you get the educational experience behind it.
That's way better, because I don't like wine, so, I mean, I don't like tea either. But, I mean, like, tea seems way better than wine.
It's healthier, that's for sure.
Yeah? You're not gonna get fucking crunk.
You're right. You're not, but instead, you might get a little bit of a boost depending on what kind of herb you have. But I'm not gonna do that. That's a story for a different day.
that's a different day. That's a down the road kind of thing.
I can go for hours on that, but I don't wanna bore your viewers to hear for the games and the good times
and the just learning about you. I know recently I got Lethal Company.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other games you would like to stream or do anything with on the channel, or do anything with wow, that was really close.
Honestly, yeah, I know you've been talking about this for a while, but you've been talking about doing a Stardew thing with me as well.
Yes, I that has been on the works.
That was in, I also know that you wanted to try Phasmophobia, which I personally really like playing. If you ever want to get your Ghostbusters on.
Ever since I played Lethal Company, I'm way more open to Phasmophobia because the voice chat.
Oh yeah.
The proximity chat makes everything so much so good.
Oh, yeah. It's also gonna make Phasmophobia harder.
Does it make it harder?
Oh yeah, because then they can hear you. If you do it on Discord,
oh,
they won't be able to hear you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Anything? Any other things that you would want to?
Honestly, if you just find like fun games to play, I know that I don't know if Gem's game. Whenever you guys see Gem's video, the game that Gem has is multiplayer as well. I would just want to do it just for memes to play with you on that.
Honestly, watching them play Muck was really. It looked kind of fun.
Oh.
Shout out to Gem saying that it cost money, and when I went to look for it, it was absolutely free. I don't know if it's still free or how long it's going to be free for. But yeah, it was fun. It looked fun to play.
Honestly, I would just have to double check what games I currently have and what games you have that we both have in common, and just start actually hanging out and playing together.
I know Putt Putt Party is been on our radar.
It was because I was obsessed with the game at the time. Because ever since I saw you and the boys play Guarded Phone, I wanted to do that with y'all because I'm an artist. But nobody was interested enough to do it, so...
I think we need to go back to a Guarded Phone. That was a lot of fun.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of that, actually, that video has been recently edited, and it's probably going to be going up soon.
Yay!
So, yeah. That's that.
I know, if you're ever down for it, I would be down to do more, like, Mario-themed, like, tournaments and such.
Oh,
and
tournaments. I want to get back into doing tournaments.
Yeah.
Those are probably some of my favorite videos we've made. Tournaments.
Tournaments, competitions, Hunger Games style stuff. Those are some of my favorite things watching you before we became friends.
Is the Hunger Games stuff?
Oh yeah!
I know those are some of Desi's favorite streams too. Is the Hunger Games stuff.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe just start having games of just like random board games or something. Because I know I had a blast playing the Game of Life too with you and everyone.
I was about to say, I think it was last year, the closing bit of last year, right?
Yep, November.
We did Friendsgiving, which, if you want to explain what Friendsgiving is.
So, I have this tradition, since, again, I'm American and not Canadian, where instead of celebrating the October Thanksgiving that everybody does here, I wanted to do one in November. But the way I do it is I do it as a way to show appreciation to all my family and my friends and my close people. And being Tristan and Des, I invited them over. And I had a whole contest where we play a game and whoever won got a little handmade certificate and a wand, deeming them the Game Master of the Year.
Fun fact, Desi has that. It's in our bedroom right now. She has that wand.
Yeah.
With the certificate. So I guess she's the game master.
and Ellie was pissed.
And
Ellie was
jealous.
so upset because she really wanted that wand.
Ellie literally sat there and cried because I got it and she didn't. And she didn't get to play with it. She was very upset.
Very upset. Little one. But yeah, it was really fun. I want to get the Game of Life specifically for because that was so much fun and so just off the walls.
It's
stupid.
insane. I have DLC too. Like different maps.
It was so good. I think the next Friendsgiving we have to do, I think we do have to have it longer because it went really short.
It was because you guys wanted to do the tree lighting, which I forgot happened that day. Mm-hmm. But I did make a bunch of like garlic bread and we just had a blast.
It was very fun. It was you, me, Des, and Ozzy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I asked this to Jem as well. So actually, recently you joined. Probably I say recently. It was about like 3-4 months ago that you joined the Saturday game with Yashana. Do you have any moments you would like to share about that game of D&D?
Okay, so
or any moments from the game Gem DM?
Okay, so there's a couple of stories, but I will say for context, my character for the Saturday game, I play an orc cleric who worships a forge god. His name is Duran. He is not smart, but he's a total nerd. And his whole shtick is about being trying to be the best forge master he can while dealing with what everybody else is going on.
I didn't want those power-ups anyway.
But, honestly, one of my favorite stories of that was there's a horrible night for me where I could roll nothing but nat 20s and nat 1s the entire session. And I don't know what happened with my die that day, but I got possessed by the god of that night. And everybody was freaking out. But my favorite thing was near the end where after they had escaped the prison, frick. Des's character Annabella rolled the exact number needed to pray to her god and free me from being possessed. And we all just laughed and cried and cheered and got out that day, and that was like one of my favorite things.
I forgot, like, that was like a standing ovation.
That was the best moment in D&D we could have ever had that day.
So, with the Saturday game, we have a very big habit of, it's either we're always rolling nat 20s, or we're always rolling nat 1s.
There's no in between for us. We're either rolling really, really well, or we're really, really bad.
Really bad.
And it comes up with a lot of comedic things. For example, the deck of many things. We know that. We all love and hate it. One of our characters got told to say their name and had to pull cards.
That character was Gem, by the way. Gem is that character.
What happened to my character was that I had a very long neck. I was a giraffe. I did not understand what was going on.
I wasn't there that session.
No,
I don't remember where I was.
No, you guys were out of town. You were doing your expo.
Oh, we went to wrestling during that session.
Yeah. And it was the worst time for anybody except for Q, who had this like invincible heal for some reason. We don't know why. We don't know how, but the bard had a heal that was indestructible.
As you do.
As one does. You know, it is what it is. But another D&D that I think would be really fun to mention was I had been obsessed for a while with a D&D YouTube group called Legends of Adventurous, because they had a fantasy themed adventure called Once Upon a Witchlight. And I wanted to DM it for forever because I thought if I could get a whimsical story about like going around being a circus adventurer and just like having a fun little like guys night kind of session, and let's see what chaos can ensue. Well, I have attempted it a couple of times, and the only time that I've had chaos ensue was the cake eating contest, where I had to deal something called custard damage. Nobody could take me seriously for a while because of it. Jem and Alex and one of Jem's coworkers, Aiden, were playing it. And nobody could figure it. It was just weird. It was fun. And I hope one day I can be able to be a player for that kind of campaign.
You said custard damage? Is that what you said?
Custard damage, yeah, because they had to eat pie. And it was, so instead of going to like a food coma and spreading some like, you know, throwing up, or like, you had to find a way to win, right? Instead of like a certain number of points and you'll win. No, it's, the game's mechanicalized in the book where you take a certain amount of like pie damage. I decided to make it custard because I'm wanting to be a cupcake Chad. Right?
Nothing wrong with being a cupcake Chad.
Right? It was fantastic.
Cupcakes are delicious.
Heck yeah! But the cupcakes had custard in them. So I thought, you know what? That's what it's called.
That's fair. Is that the one that Thumper was gonna be a part of?
Yep. I drew that character, by the way.
You did. I think I still have that artwork somewhere.
If you don't, I will send it to you.
Just ask. I think we got a few more questions to go, actually.
Woo!
If you, I asked Jem this. If you could live in any kind of fantasy world, what would that be? And kind of why would it that be?
Stardew Valley. I would want to
That-
100% be the farmer.
That is a fantastic answer. That is a fucking fantastic answer.
If I am not the farmer, I would want to have the cat and the rabbit be one of the shops there. I would focus more on like.
All right, modders, you heard it.
I would
Let's put Cat and the Rabbit in Stardew Valley. Let's go.
honestly, if that becomes a mod, a Nexus, I would cry.
That'd be the best thing ever.
Have you ever done modded Stardew Valley?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god, that would be a fun thing to do with you then. Just try some different mods. Especially the randomizer where people are different.
Yes.
Because you never know what's going to happen. All the stuff in the community center is going to get different.
I know with I know me and Jem were possibly talking about doing a Stardew Expanded for restarting Stardew Valley streams that we did.
Yeah. By the way, who's going to win the cooking dinner for the other person?
Oh my god, I forgot that was the bet.
That was the bet. I'm still waiting. You and me and the rest of the audience, man.
I think we would have to restart. I know I was in the lead. So, I guess if we're going off that, Jem has to cook me supper, right?
None of us married. The thing was, we're married.
I actually just married Sebastian in my game.
There's actually a mod where you can have multiple spouses, too.
You can have a harem?
Yes, you
There's
can.
actually a cutscene where they catch you flirting, like they're all at the saloon and they yell at you because you're dating all of them at the same time.
Yes, but there's one where you can marry all of them.
What? Really?
Yes! The bed's huge.
We have to have a huge bed at that point. California King right there.
Yeah.
Alaskan king.
Oh, that's a big bed right there.
20 foot by 20 foot.
That's a bedroom.
Me and you have slightly talked about this when we're not streaming or not doing anything. We and you have talked about Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's one of my favorite
Hell
shows.
yeah!
I'm curious what your favorite show is.
My favorite show? Oh my god. Ooh. Shoot. Are you talking about like cartoon? Comedy? What?
Let's do comedy, because, I mean,
Alright.
can't
okay.
get more comedy than Brooklyn Nine.
Can't go wrong there. Okay, well, if that's the case, I don't know color. I'm gonna say my current favorite comedy show will have to be Has Been Hotel.
I've heard good things about that show.
It's very controversial right now with the creator, but just currently I love it to death. That one, and surprisingly enough, Bluey. As an adult, I know that's like very, oh, your kid must watch it. No, I'm 21 and I'm married and have cats. I'm traumatized. Let me have my blue and orange dog.
I get it. Bluey is a good show, honestly. Nice short episodes.
Impactful.
Yeah. Have a very good game for easy achievements, which will be coming to the channel soon.
Oh, you got the game?
I haven't yet, but it is on the it's on my agenda.
Fair enough.
Um, but yeah, that show is very good actually. Like,
I highly recommend watching it, especially if you feel like you need some sort of like parental, like inner child healing. It's just a great way to go about like healing adults and kids alike.
also they use a color palette that dogs can see perfectly. So
Honestly, I forgot about that.
yeah, like dogs can see the color. It's pretty cool. Um, is there any show that you've watched that you're like, oh, I'm not gonna like this, that you turned out actually liking? Was Bluey one of those shows?
No, actually, that was going to be a baking show that I used to watch as a kid. It was called Iron Chef America. My mom, she was always big into cooking shows growing up on Netflix. And I thought, oh my god, it's gonna be one of those, like, I'm gonna yell at you because no one else is getting things right kind of thing for, like, most American baking shows. But instead, it's actually talking about, like, they're given a specific, like, secret ingredient, and it's a pro chef going against one of their, like, trained professionals.
I watched that like once or twice, and it was always so interesting. That show fucking ruled.
Right? And I fell in love with it because I'm like, I don't even know what half these ingredients are, but the way that they're using it to make it the star of the dish, whoo! And then it started my whole love for like cooking shows in general, because now I'm watching things like Chop, and where they take the big basket of like random things, and they have to make a meal on it, and it's just like so creative. Because I used to be always just into baking shows like Great British Bake Off.
I cannot believe I hit you there.
That was a good move. But right now I'm currently just in a set of watching anime, specifically like isekais kind of deal.
Fair enough.
So
Um, do you have final question? Do you have any funny stories, good stories that you want to mention? Funny, great friendship stories that
yes, oh my god. So
this is the time to speak those
okay,
stories.
so one of the biggest things that actually made Tristy and I become closer as friends is I used to help watch Ellie babysit a lot. And I love her. She's a wonderful kid. And one of the times Tristan came home from work super early, and we had this like TV show on. It was like Kid Danger or something like that. And we were sitting there, him absolutely dead to the world, and me just through no fault of Ellie, just exhausted from her high energy and my low energy that day. Just comparing D&D characters to the characters of that show.
God, that was so good.
That was one of the best times ever I've had with this man. And 10 out of 10 would recommend doing that again if you're ever just like in a part of the D&D world and you just want to sit there and be like, you know, I wonder where I can insert my character. You know, and then try to find a way to insert your entire party into different random situations.
Yeah, that was very fun. Also, shout out to Henry Danger. That show is better than it has any fucking right to be.
It's unhinged. It's funny.
It's
Nick.
So unhinged.
There's that, and I honestly, it's more of like a good story. But if you don't know, me and Tristan got into this kind of like friendship where we almost sibling rivalry when it comes to like cleaning up after each other. Because I have this thing
yeah.
where back in college, my friends, their whole thing was if we all were mentally just not there. Like I would have my assignments done, because we were there in COVID, we were in lockdown. There was no social interaction except for like the minimal, like 1 to 2 friends, right? And one of my best friends, she always made sure that we took care of everything for each other. Like, she was the driver, and I was like always doing her dishes because she hates it. And then finally, I realized that doing that became kind of like a love language of mine. Like, if I care about you, you're my friend, I will start doing your dishes. So I started doing that for them while watching Ellie. And he's just like, damn it, stop. And I'm just like, make me, bitch. So then one time, he did it at my place. And now it's just been a running gag
there
ever
was
since.
there was some downtime in D&D, and I went, fuck it. This is how I'm gonna make you stop doing my dishes. And I walked into their kitchen, I picked up the sponge, and I started doing their dishes, and Pip walked in and went, what are you doing? And I was like, well, I'm doing your dishes.
How does it feel?
To this day, I have not stopped.
They haven't stopped, and when I have downtime during D&D, I do try to do dishes at their place. It's just this ongoing, like, stop doing my dishes and I'll stop doing yours.
It's more like we care about each other, but I will do this for you because I know you are stressed, I know you are hosting, or I know you just got off work and you do not want to think about this. And this is like a hard chore, especially since I know that you guys have a little one, and
I wouldn't even say dishes are hard, and everyone can relate to this.
They
Dishes
suck.
aren't hard. It's they stack up so goddamn fast.
they do.
And you know, you just finished doing them and they start again.
Or like you just finished cleaning like a room, and then all of a sudden 2 seconds later it's destroyed by either a guest or just somebody else in your
Or
own
you know,
house.
the tiny tornado that lives here.
Or- Yeah, or like by a child, and you're just sitting there like, God damn
I
it!
just want to perish from this earth.
I just want a day, just a single day where I don't have to think about it.
But yeah,
And-
no. That's another. That's our wholesome bit, is just us.
That's our sibling thing.
Yeah. It's just that little thing of hey,
Or
I'm gonna do this for you because you do it for me.
yeah, that's kind of what became our dynamic, really. Aside from, you know, the memes that I make for them, or the
I'm gonna flash a few on screen right here. There are some good ones. Personally, my favorite is the "Stop! You violated the law"
Oh yeah, that was great.
Of Desi. Such a good one.
Another one of my favorite stories is actually this one was purely coincidental, I believe. But you had you were picking up Ozzy for whatever reason. I don't remember what, but we just sat there and you just wanted to just take a moment, and I come out and Freddie was there, and the only thing that I could hear you say was, Freddie, you're supposed to be on lockdown. But it was like through a non-filter, nonchalant, I'm done with the world.
It was. That was one of my head empty thoughts came out, and I wasn't really trying to say it like the meme that we do to Freddie, like the Freddie, you're supposed. I was just so like, I was done.
Freddie is a cat, by the way, a black cat that we love, who's gonna be 3 in a couple months.
But he's also the embodiment of chaos.
He is.
Yeah, we have this bit with Freddy when he does anything. We just all stare at him. We just do the Freddy supposed to be on lockdown meme. I don't know who started it.
It was Dez.
Was it Dez?
It was Dez.
Man, that woman. So funny.
Honestly, I really appreciate Dez.
She's fucking fantastic. I fucked up!
How dare!
I was
But-
too busy just distracted by talking about Des, my favorite topic. Damn it.
You're right, she is a hot topic.
She is hot. She is a hot topic.
Oh, stop.
No! But honestly, I feel like being friends with you and being friends with her has been like one of the coolest things ever, and I appreciate you both greatly. So.
I guess that was unless you have any other stories. Do you have any?
Not really that I can think
Good
of at the
throw,
moment.
Tristan. You leave your wheelchair at home, Jesus.
Jeez.
Um.
Oh no. I'm not doing so hot still.
I started sucking this last one.
Oh wait, no, I have one. Do you know what the story of how we got our names on each other's phones?
Okay, so for context, Hip's name on my phone, and this is they have okayed this.
I have okayed this.
Their name on my phone is Token Homo.
Because I'm gay.
And my name on their phone is Zesty Dorito.
Yes.
So if you want to tell that story of how we got our names.
Okay,
Go
so
for
first of all, going back to the Saturday game, this man's D&D character is built like a freaking Dorito. If you have not put up the picture of I drew of this man's on there already, I would be surprised.
I think it's been showed off, but if it's not, I'll show it up right now.
It'll be... the man has very, very broad shoulders and a very small waist, and drawing it as a gift was like my favorite thing to do for his birthday. And fun fact, it's actually on our shirt now. But
I do have it on a shirt now, yeah.
and he was just like, I was just like laughing because, you know, I wanted to put in a funny little name because I like putting nicknames on my phone for people because I think it's fun. It adds a little flavor. And I decided to ask him what his favorite Dorito flavor was at the time, and you said Zesty. So I put it in there, and now he's Zesty Dorito.
And I think your name was just brought because you just said I'm everyone's token homo, and I'm like, well,
I was the token gay in college. Nobody else knew an non-binary person at the time, and I was not afraid to be myself because I was open. Because I stopped being closeted when I moved out of my house with my parents at 18. So.
But yeah, they said the line, "I'm everyone's token homo," and I'm like, well, that settles that. That's what you're going in as my phone as. You're my token homo, and yeah. Wow, I went first every track. Holy shit.
Yeah, look at you go, man.
I guess we could probably end because that was my last question. Do you where can we find you, Pip? What's your socials, or if you have any socials, what do you?
Well, you can find me being a moderator for Gem's Twitch stream at twitch.tv/dark413gem. You can also find me as a editor for a book series called The Wasteland Chronicles. If that is okay, we can put the link in the comments.
Absolutely.
Great.
In the description, you mean?
Yeah. In the description below.
Not in the comments.
You can often find me as being a mod for this one's Twitch streams at which I'm assuming if you're a fan here, YouTube, you would pretty know where to find him. And then you can find me on The Cat and the Rabbit. Other than that, I exist.
They're here. Thanks for watching this one, and Desi's having a moment over there.
Gem being mean.
Oh, that's Gem having a moment.
I'm scared.
Lavender.
Be
Jem
sure.
stuck a random bag of shit in my face and I was very concerned. I didn't know what it was, it scared me.
Gem's showing off weed to Des.
It's lavender.
Well,
All right,
great.
that's where I'm calling this video right there. Hard cut right there. Bye.